Hello! Before we get into the apartment hunting, I thought I would start with some life updates, so if you're not interested in that, you can just skip to the next chapter of the video. Now, last fall, I finally came back to Beijing. For those of you who don't know, I was living here in Beijing before the pandemic, and then I was stuck outside until last November. Up until recently, I was living in the hutongs, which is like the traditional alleyway neighborhoods in the center of the city. Like my last place, which you can see a tour of in my last video, it was literally like a half-hour walk to the Forbidden City, which is the center of Beijing. My apartment was about 25 square meters, and I was paying 5,500 kwai a month. I think it was a pretty good deal, honestly, and I really liked living there. I was commuting about 40 minutes by subway plus walking to school, which isn't that bad, but my department got moved to the other campus. So if I want to get to school within like 2 hours, I have to move. Plus, it was getting kind of cramped with 2 people and a cat. Talking about my cat, I have a cat now. Her name is Guifei. We think she might be around 2 to 3 years old, but there's no way to know for sure because she was a stray cat. She was living in my hutong alleyway, and she would come to our courtyard around usually every day, once or twice a day, and she would just meow until someone went outside and gave her attention. And usually when I'd open the door to go pet her, she would try to run in my house, especially because then it was like the beginning of winter and it was really cold outside and I had floor heating, so she would like to like hide under the couch, and I would kind of like have to kick her out because I didn't have a litter box and I didn't know if, she had fleas or something. So one time I remember specifically, luckily my couch was really light, but I just picked up my couch. I was trying to get her out with a broom and even like poking her butt with the broom. She was not moving. So I picked up the couch with one hand and like took my other hand and I just yanked her out and had to put her back outside. And then after that, we were like, okay, we have to like get this poor cat. And so we saved up the money to take her to the vet. And yeah, ever since then, we've had her. And it's been pretty great. She's so cute. So yeah, that's pretty much it for like all the major life updates. Oh, and Guilherme came back to Beijing also in April. He was in Japan for a bit longer and then he went to Vietnam for a while. But yeah, now we're back together here. Now we can get on to the apartment hunting. So we were looking to move to the Huairou district of Beijing, which is pretty far from the city. It's about an hour drive north. There's not much to do here, but there's a lot of nature, which I really love. And also we came here for my school and also because the rent is so much cheaper. So anyway, our needs for an apartment are 1, either a 3-bedroom or a large 2-bedroom. So with a 3-bedroom, that would be ideal as we can have an office and also a guest room for my friends to stay in when they come to visit me on the weekends. But I think we could also make a large 2-bedroom work. Number 2 is big windows and good lighting. It's just a given. I need good lighting. Number 3 is allows pets because we have Guifei. 4, it needs to be within a 15-minute walk to school so that I can get to class easily and Guilherme can reach the bus easily. And number 5 is either an elevator, or if it doesn't have an elevator, it needs to be on the 3rd floor or lower because I don't want to walk that many steps every single day, every time I need to go outside. And then for our wants, we want a separated shower, so maybe like a glass separator or just some sort of separation between the toilet area and the shower area. A large sofa. So most apartments in China come furnished, so it'd be easier for both, the landlord or management and us if they already had furniture that we liked, or that, we could put a couch cover on or something, even if we don't like how it looks, as long as it's like suitable for what we need. So yeah, it'd be just more convenient for us if we could get one that has furniture we like. And then the 3rd thing is wood floors. So flooring in China is usually stone, tile, or wood floors. They don't really have carpeting, which personally I'm very happy about. I do not like the way that wall-to-wall carpeting looks. Makes me feel icky. Ideally I would have wood flooring in most or all of the apartment. Our budget is 3,000 kwai a month, or about $410 US. I've looked around online a bit, and that was a pretty reasonable price, I think, for this area. We ended up touring 4 apartments in total, but I only recorded 3, and I'll tell you why I didn't record one of them in a little bit. Option 1. So our first option is about 10 to 15 minutes walking from school. It has 2 bedrooms. It's about 75 square meters. The story on the left here is the front door, and ahead of us is the living room. I love the windows in this place. I feel like this corner here would be really good for a cat tree or something, or storage for Guifei's stuff. Here's the master bedroom, and I love the window area. I think there's another little corner space where we could put stuff. I can just imagining like making it comfy and like reading books here or something. The bathroom here has a sliding door with a mirror on it, and the shower has a little lip on the floor and a built-in curtain rod, which is better than nothing for sure. Here's the guest room, which we would probably turn into an office, and my friends, I guess, will have to sleep on the couch. Lastly, this is the kitchen. I think the cabinets are pretty nice, and I like this back area, and there's even more storage space. The fridge is pretty small though. That's it for option 1. I'll go through my pros and cons. So pros, those windows. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. And we like the corners by the windows and stuff, like where we could stick like storage or, you know, like a cat tree and Guifei could look out the window. And I like the wood floors, even though they are very red. The kitchen looks pretty nice too. And then for cons, is this even a large 2-bedroom? Like, it's not small, but it doesn't feel that spacious either. The guest room cannot comfortably fit both an office area and the bed for my friends to stay in. I also thought the lighting in the bathroom was really dim, and we didn't really like the furniture, even though that's not like the biggest issue. But I think what bothered us most is that the entry room is really useless. Every wall in there has 1 or 2 doorways, which makes it really hard to put anything against the walls or put in a table to make it a dining space. And even if we did, I'm really clumsy and I would be like hitting myself constantly. Finally, this place was listed for 3,000 kwai, which is right on our budget. Now, option 2. Option 2 was in the same building or complex, I don't remember which, but it's about the same size and layout, but it's 2,400 kwai. So it's quite a bit cheaper, and I think you'll see why. Like, the furniture is okay, I guess. I really hate the bars on the windows. It's like an anti-theft thing, but honestly, that's kind of unnecessary nowadays in China. Do you see what I mean about the entry room being useless? Also, I don't know what's going on with the red mat on the floor. Again, there's more like red stuff over in what's supposed to be this cozy little window nook area. The bathroom is also kind of dim and also just not as good as the last place. More bars on the windows here in the guest room. And this kitchen is atrocious. I hate everything about it. Except for the storage, I guess. Yeah, so we didn't even really consider this one. And there was one after this that was pretty much the same. So we didn't even bother recording because we knew that we weren't gonna consider it that much. For this one, I'm not really gonna list pros and cons because I think the only pro is that I thought the furniture was okay. I liked those chairs. But everything else, and I guess the price, but everything else, you know, is a con. So, on to the next one. So, option 3. This one was in a different community, also about 15 minutes walking from my school. It's 3 bedrooms and 120 square meters. I was kind of awkward filming this one because the landlord was like standing in the entryway and I didn't really want to record him. So I kind of missed footage of the entryway. But anyway, the front door pretty much opens into the living room, and oh my god, it is huge. I feel like it doesn't really feel like that on video, but when we walked in, our jaws dropped. There are these nice big windows, and on the ceiling here are 2 retractable clothes drying lines, which is a really nice detail. Two bathrooms. Anyway, this is the master bedroom with big windows once again. As a connected master bathroom, I think the layout is okay. Here's the guest bathroom. It's about the same with a slightly smaller shower area. Here's the first guest bedroom with more great storage. And here's the other guest bedroom, which we would probably turn into an office. Then there's this sort of open dining room kind of space with the fridge in it. And then it leads straight into the kitchen, which isn't pretty, but it's practical. So for this one, the pros and cons are also kind of hard to list. Like for pros, I would say, like there's the extra bedroom, there's an extra bathroom, it's so much bigger in there, there's a dining room area, the layout makes a lot of sense. I think the only cons that I could think of is that I didn't really like that in the kitchen, the stove is a gas stove and not an electric range, but that's really small compared to the fact that I can't really think of any other cons for this place. So this one was listed for 3,200 kwai, but the realtor pretty much immediately got them to take it down to 3,000. It might be the obvious choice, but we decided on option 3. We really loved the windows in the first place, but option 3 was the only one that made sense for us. We can have a guest room and an office and an extra bathroom, and the layout makes sense, and we actually get a dining space. So when my friends come over, for a few days, we can also have our own privacy. They have their own room, they have their own bathroom, we have our own room, we have our own bathroom, and it's the same price as the first one. So that's all for today, and I hope you come and see more of my videos of my life here in China, though my next video is gonna be a travel vlog, so watch out for that one. Yeah, bye-bye!